What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Fix It Garage and this 2016 Subaru WRX engine rebuild. If you guys don't remember, we brought in the Subaru WRX with a really bad rod knock. Yeah. In the last videos, we tore the engine apart and now we've put it back together and we've gotten it to where you see it right now. We've put it back together. We're putting it more back together now. Today's video, we want to get this thing ready to go back in the car, which means putting all of the accessories back on so we can throw it back in and fire it up. First thing we're going to do in reassembling this motor is we're going to put everything on the bottom back on, so our exhaust, our turbo, our catalytic converter, and everything else on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and flip this thing over and start putting it back together. All right, so we have the whole bottom end put back together. We have a brand new thermostat with our thermostat housing. Bolted that back up with those 210s. Water pump with a new water pump gasket. And then we have the turbo, catalytic converter, and the exhaust manifold all on using brand new exhaust gaskets wherever possible, and they are torqued to spec. We've also reinstalled this coolant line back on. And that pretty much takes care of the bottom, minus some oil lines on this side, which I'll throw on here shortly. But now we're going to put all of our focus on getting this top side fully reassembled. So let's go ahead and start putting everything back on, starting with our coolant passage. All right, so a lot of progress has been made right now. We've got our crossover pipe on with a new PCV. We have our new fuel lines installed. As I said in the video when we tore it apart, it is very important that you replace these high pressure fuel pump lines anytime you take them off, because they are a press fit and you want to never reuse them. We also have our wire harness started back in. It's not fully installed. Like, I don't have the coils in because we still got to put plugs in it. And there's a few connectors not plugged in here because we have to put the sound deadening back on. So in this area is not very noisy coming from the engine. We've also got our oil lines on back here. Our EGR is back on, as well as some miscellaneous hoses under here, which we have most of those fully installed. Working on getting them all in the right place. And we have our fuel lines and our high pressure fuel pump and its sound deadening cover back installed. So we're making pretty good progress on putting this thing back together. Next step is we're gonna continue working on the top side of this engine so we can go ahead and get the intake manifold back on. So I'm gonna put you guys back on that tripod and I'm gonna get back to work because I really wanna get this thing reassembled. All right, look at that. We've made some more progress. We've got all of our accessories on, our drive belt back on. The intake is reinstalled and all of our plumbing is hooked back up except for that one hose, which I need to get a clamp for still. Same on the back end. Everything is on. All of our fuel lines, coolant lines, our EGR system's all hooked back up. Even though it is nasty and I wish I could delete it, it is hooked back up. And we've got our intake stuff reinstalled. The only thing we don't have on right now is the clutch, which we need the engine off of the engine stand to do that. Other than that, everything on this engine is done and it's ready to go back in the car. Oof, that hurts my nuts. Alrighty, well that is gonna do it for today's video. I feel like standing in here is fitting because in the next video, I won't be able to stand here anymore because that engine is going back in this car and we're gonna fire it back up for the first time with that new engine block. I am really excited to hear this thing run. It's going to sound fantastic and it's gonna run so much better than when we brought it in. No more rod knock noises. It's just going to purr like a Subaru engine. But that is going to do it for today. I want to thank all of you for watching. As always, if you like what you saw, don't forget to smash that like button, leave some comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you guys don't miss the end of this series and all of the future Fix It Garage videos. Thank you guys all for watching. Catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.